stats are saying on Rent from a Villager. For those of you that don't know, you can go to rentfromavillager.com, and over on the information tab, you can do search stats. It's a great place to go as a landlord just to check on the market, see what's happening. So let's look in the past 30 days. Bedrooms, number one choice is a 2-bedroom followed by 3-bedroom. 1-bedroom, 4-bedroom aren't near as prevalent in the search statistics. So definitely a 2-bedroom is the way to go. And with bathrooms, number 2 bathrooms is definitely the way to go too. So if you're looking as a landlord, what's the best place to get? It's basically a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom. That's what people are searching for. Special features, we've done this before, and it's interesting to see that pets allowed and golf cart included are the 2 biggest check boxes. So if you can change your rental to be a pet-friendly rental and include a golf cart, you have a way better opportunity of renting it than those that don't. You'll see also that king size bed is at 6%. And long-term, 9 months, 6 months or more at 9%. So it looks like people are looking for long-term rentals. They're looking for pets allowed, golf cart allowed, even long-term minimum 1 year is at 17%. So if you're going to be buying a property, you have a good chance of getting it rented if it's unfurnished. But if it is furnished, then you want to make sure it's pet-friendly and golf carts included. All right, let's go back up and have a look at the regions. Regions seem to be changing a little bit. Most of the searches are happening around the squares. You can see Sumter Landing 27%, Brownwood 20%, Brownwood Fenny 15%, but you'll see that Sawgrass has really taken an uptick at 12%, tied with Spanish Springs. Historic areas way down at 3%. Eastport's starting to make some inroads, even though it's not even built yet at 2%. But I think that houses near the squares definitely are getting the biggest hits, and that's what the public knows about, right? Sumter Landing, Brownwood, and Sawgrass are the big ones. Spanish Springs has dropped off over time, but it's still up there. It's tied with Sawgrass. But yeah, Sawgrass has really made some inroads on the search criteria. Property type, again, courtyard villa and patio villa are the top 2. That's what people are clicking to say, what do I want? I want a patio villa and a courtyard villa. The villages are actually interesting to look at because if you look at the top ones that are 5%, Richmond, DeLuna, St. Catherine at 3, Newell at 3, Citrus Grove at 3. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 top villages are all newer villages. So people are definitely looking at newer compared to older. And as you go down the list, you'll see that some of these places are closer to squares, but overall, the newer properties, Richmond, DeLuna, St. Catherine, Newell, Citrus Grove in the south end are getting the most clicks and for the searches. So interesting to see that those villages are getting the most clicks. Fenny's at 3%, Hawkins 3%, Lake Denham 3%. So pretty interesting to see that these newer villages are the ones that are getting the most searches. And dates, this was interesting to me too, because it looks like February has taken over as the top date. So February alone, the 1 month is 21% of people's searches. And then you go down to March, and then January, March, 11%. January at 10%, April 9%. So you'll see that, the first quarter is definitely the ones that people are searching for. But interesting enough, people are starting to look for January to March of 2025 at 3%. So if you're putting out your listing, there are people looking for 2025 right now to get rented. So that's interesting to see. But, overall, the big month is February. So if you're going to change your criteria or your pricing, you may want to look at making February the month that you charge the most for. January and March might be a little bit less if you're renting it by the month rather than all 3 months at the same time. So hopefully that helps you a little bit, gets you a little bit more involved and more educated on what you can do with your rental. And I'd like to thank Rent from a Villager for doing these stats for us.